need a vision for the future that they can see it, that they can get.
I think that a lot of these political shifts happen kind of emotionally and irrationally at first.
Yeah,
exactly. So the Tea Party people are on our side, or the Trump people, the millions of Trump people are on our side, but they don't know how to say that they're on our side. We need to give them those words, and we need to put. They only think in constructs that have been given to them by Jews from the last 30, 40 years, and the words that they're saying, and the policies that they think are important, and the hobby issues that they're talking about. We just need to give them all new things to talk about and think about and words to use. We just need to refill their entire vocabulary and head, because they know that they're aching to come to our side, but they don't know how to do it rationally and kind of verbalize it to people around them yet. So we need to give them that vocabulary, and we need to give them that arguments and reasons that sound legitimate and are strong,
Tree, I think you said the right is finally becoming Machiavellian again. And I think it's a good point, and I think that's really good for us when the right cares more about winning than it cares about these stupid moral principles that Jews have created for them.
Yeah, I think by us winning, that'll just drag people along with us. I think that'll be a big part of it. But, to get these folks, it has to look and feel American. And so Donald Trump, he is like, peak Americana, right? When you think of like the biggest caricature of American exceptionalism, it's Donald Trump. He goes out, starts a business, becomes a billionaire, gets a supermodel wife, runs for president, has a TV show. He's just this like big ridiculous character, and he's really changed the politics very radically in a very short period of time. And he was able to do it though because it felt American, it felt right, it felt natural to these people to go in that direction. So you just have to be very Machiavellian about it, but also it has to be natural. It can't be, some of the weird LARPy shit that, a lot of us get into sometimes. You have to connect with your base.
We just have to say America a lot and freedom a lot. But we have to
say you're American.
We have to. I mean, here's the interesting thing about Donald. He's kind of articulated these basic positions that are very anti-Republican of the last couple generations. And there's
free trade, but fair trade.
Exactly, and all those combined are essentially nationalist. But he doesn't have the think tanks and all the jargon that have been built up that goes into articulating the ins and outs of all those positions. He basically has kind of a skeleton, and we need to be the ones that fill out the rest of that for him. Because, the Jews aren't going to be doing that. I guess there's probably a few civic nationalist Jews who are trying to do that, but we need to be the ones that are going to articulate his worldview for him, that he only maybe just feels instinctually and doesn't even understand himself, but we do. So, hopefully.
I don't know that we give him enough credit, though. I think he's smarter than a lot of us actually think. I think he knows that a lot of this stuff is actually going on. I think he understands demographic decline and everything, just judging by the people that he actually surrounds himself with.
We'll see, and maybe that we can say the things that he can't say, right? So,
I still don't think that he actually thought he would win, to be honest. I think he is still a babe in the woods, and we need to inform him of how to handle himself in the woods.
Yeah, that was a good article that you sent, Blake.
Yeah, maybe we'll post it in the show thing on TRS, but it's written by Gary North, who I didn't really know, but he's like some sort of fundamentalist, libertarian, whatever. But it was an interesting article just talking about his Trump's going to come up against the big wall of the entrenched federal bureaucracy and how he doesn't have any friends in Washington, really. He has like one or two, and he's going to need people to know how to navigate it or just kind of plow through it. And is that possible? How would he do that? So it'll be interesting, the people he appoints and how he deals with those people and whether he lets them have free reign or not within the next 3 to 6 months. So we'll post that.
Like I said, I think Trump is smarter than we give him credit for. And I think if you just look at his campaign managers and how if something wasn't working out for 2 weeks or a month, boom, change, new person, polls go up. He did that a couple times. And Trump seems to figure out things once he gets his mindset and he knows what's going on. He makes drastic organizational changes immediately.
Well, and that's the other thing that the the article said is basically we're in uncharted waters. It could really do anything. It's going to be hard to predict what's going to happen. But yeah, he did what he fired Manafort and hired someone else. So I think things could move very fast under him. But that doesn't stop everyone else. They need to start infiltrating the party because he's going to need to have people. He's going to need allies, and that's why you should, apply for the Trump administration if you feel like moving to Washington or for.
Did all of you guys apply for the Trump administration?
I'm still kind of thinking about it. I'm not sure what I'd say, but.
I have a resume. I wasn't sure, so I gave him my professional resume.
Well, that's what I would do. I'm just going to give you that.
I just.
So
I just sent him a resume that
racist
said,
podcast.
The way
I'm gonna link my Twitter profile.
Yeah, the way they'll know is if you put a swastika on your resume, then those go to the top. They go to the top of the file.
I'm gonna mail my letter in. There's gonna be like swastika confetti when they open the letter.
I just sent a letter just filled with Pepe the Frog pictures from Harambe Roof the Third. So I'm waiting on my acceptance letter.
Alright, any guys have anything else?
Well, I think not only should we infiltrate the Republican Party, but we should also infiltrate Breitbart. And if also there's going to be a Trump TV, if the Trump TV network is still going to be a thing, which I hope it is, that'd be great if he could have basically a mouthpiece for his administration to counterbalance all these leftist shills in the media shitting on him every day. That'd be great. But Breitbart and also the Daily, or both of these are fairly friendly to us in a way. So going to work for them and basically forming a beachhead, a cultural beachhead to continue our culture war. We need these institutions. We need something we just need more institutions to counteract, all the hegemony that the left has culturally.
I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was basically because I was always, when I kind of woke up, I was in a revolutionary state for a while. But I think I really do think it's worth making an attempt to get into the system a little bit that I didn't feel before the election. So that's what I think. It's worth trying to start climbing or see what's available at least. And
I think maybe the lesson out of this whole podcast is that we need to go on deck. Everybody that has anything to contribute, find out what they're good at.
okay, so but most people aren't good at anything. What about those people, Brent? Those people don't have skills.
We have no skills at all. But if you have no skills like me, then meet up locally with other guys and girls.
Could be a warm body.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before, the basis of all of this is culture. So you need to go out there and become a community, become friends.
Sign up, pay your dues, be a joiner.
Like build a real community.
Yeah.
You can always learn Russian and get on the Kremlin payroll. Just friendly advice.
Our shows are so positive. We're ending with a moral and a thing you can do to make better in the real world. It's so great.
Yeah. But we're getting to the point where you can have almost all movement friends if you want to. So
Oh, I'm already there, bro.
yeah. I still have normie friends. They're like hanging on by a thread. Right?
How do you talk to normies? I'm really
I don't
curious.
know.
Like, I tried talking to one once about like sports ball, and they like threw some numbers out, and I didn't quite understand what they meant. So I'm just like, yeah, go team, and then I walked away.
The only normies that I talk to are basically people that can talk about Trump and enjoy it. That's all that I can really talk to normies about.
Yeah. Yeah,
Trump
it's a
has
natural
been
process.
good.
It's a natural process.
Well, thanks for tuning back in.
Oh, we didn't talk about the bannings, the shutnings.
Okay, you want to get into that?
It's topical.
All right.
Yeah, it's very topical, and it's kind of important for long-term goals as well. So today, for those who are unaware, there have been several accounts banned. Particularly, Richard Spencer was banned. Not only was just Richard banned, but Richard, Radix Journal, NPI America, and Washington Summit Publishers, which is the publishing wing of NPI. They were all banned. Pax Dickinson was banned. Ricky Vaughn was banned. Paul Town was banned. All of that happened today. So it looks like a mess. The purges have begun, the great shutting of denying us platforms. And Twitter has been, a big part of growing this movement and gaining power and influence.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're finally bringing the hammer down on us.
I mean, it's smart. I would say the majority of people I've recruited here in the last year have been from Twitter, not even TRS forums, been from Twitter. So that'll be bad. Also, yeah, that's a good thing. It's more incentive to get off the internet. So I would say it's definitely good and bad news.
Well, it's kind of like a lot of people are saying go on to Gab, but I'm gonna counter signal that and say Gab sucks. The reason that it's basically just a ghetto of everyone that's been purged from Twitter, so it's a giant echo chamber where everyone agrees with each other, and you can't go and harass people or even meet new people. So it's that's really the only audience that's there is people who have been banned from Twitter.
Yeah, and there's already Discord for that.
Yeah, if you want to get in, there's multiple places you can go if you just want to be in an echo chamber. The great thing about places like Twitter and Facebook is that you have access to everyone in the world, and you can go and harass them, or you can recruit new people, and you can red pill people, get people to see your side of the argument, just because everyone's there. If you're in a ghetto, you can't do any of that.
Guess you could post Hitler memes.
All right, are we wrapping
I
up?
think that's it.
Okay.
Well, I am a modern hero. My name is Paddy Carney. Not long ago I landed.
welcome to season 2 of Manifest Destiny. I'm your host Brent, and tonight I have Reactionary Tree.
Howdy, guys.
Reactionary Tree. Charles.
Yes. Charles Lyons is my pen. You can call me either, whatever works for you. Chuck Tree. That
Also tonight we've got Goitoy,
How's it going, guys? Hail victory.
we've got Jake,
Heil Hitler.
and Blake.
What's up, man?
It was good to be back in the saddle, I think.
it's been a while.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of new podcasts come up since we've been gone. A lot of imitators, you know, a lot of people hungry to get the spotlight that we stepped out of.
Yeah, we got a lot of people that we have to just drive into a rage and then make them quit, you know?
We got the Nord notch on our sword. What else?
Are we taking out the fatherland next?
Yeah, I think Fatherland has to go.
Fatherland. Why Fatherland?
Too much autism.
Having sex is degenerate.
Are they saying that?
No, I'm just a meme. They have kids, implying.
They lawn post. All they do is lawn post.
Is it even a political podcast or racial podcast, or they just talk about their dad lives?
They just wish the Boy Scouts were what they were in the 50s when you could fuck kids and it wasn't a big deal, whereas now it's like an identity. And
Oosh.
yeah,
They also like to have guests on and then talk over them.
yeah.
All right, they have to die. They have to.
Yeah.
We'll have to go back. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to attack the Southern podcast. We're going to be doing a lot of Yankee supremacy, anti-Southern signaling this season. It's time for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the Southerners have never reconciled blaming slavery on the slave trade on Jews and then how they ended up with slaves. I think they need to explain why they bought slaves from Jews.
Well, they've never really had to make a critique from anyone who wasn't a Jew or a liberal, right? So
Sure.
it's time there was a real right-wing critique of the South, and we're going to be doing that.
Explain Judah P. Benjamin. I'm waiting.
Plus, we have the. Yeah, who's Judah P. Benjamin?
He was the
Treasury Secretary or something?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, once when the South was going down, he took all his shekels and his menthols, well, just his shekels, and he got the fuck out of the South.
I think there's actually an anecdote that when they were kind of trying to design the new Confederate flag, they wanted to do just a standard cross or whatever like that. And a few like Sephardic Jews who were in the South complained enough to where they ended up changing it to resemble the Scottish flag with an X instead of a cross.
Shocking.
That is, but I can totally see that happening.
The South was much more cheap.
Oh yeah. I know of at least one Southern memorabilia store that is run and owned by a Jew. Good barbecue sauce, but, you know, pretty kosher.
Plus, we've got a Yankee that's kickstarting the revolution here, Mr.
Yeah.
Don J. Trump.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the Midwesterners were the key X factor in the
Oh, yeah.
election.
The Amerikaners put DJT over the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were just waiting for leadership. But as soon as we saw someone worthy, we came out in force.
Have any of the Southerners actually committed to expelling all the niggers from the South?
No,
You never talk about that.
here's the thing about the South. I feel like they actually enjoy being the underdog. They like having a big I think that they get a certain satisfaction.
Oh my god.
They complain about it. That's how they deal with it.
Well, have you ever met a single Southerner that wasn't willing to fight and die for Zog?
Yeah,
No.
my point exactly.
They're so proud of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then they say like, in the new, the new Americana Imperium, we're gonna secede and have our own state. I'm not going to fight for you.